Hello everyone, and welcome to Edrunners HQ in our Cyberpunk RED talk show, Night City Sofa. I am your host, Jesper, alongside my co-host, Games End. Hey buddy.
Hi, how are you?
Good, and yourself?
Good.
Good. This week we are joined by Giffy from Saves vs. Death. Hello Giffy, welcome to the sofa.
Howdy. Thank you for having me.
Always good to have you here. How have you been?
Been well. My life is boring because, Saves for Death has been a little bit silent the past month, but decided to get started back up on that tomorrow. The next tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go with it. I accidentally said it, but I'm just diving head first.
Next tomorrow. I like next tomorrow.
I'm owning it.
Let's go with it.
The next tomorrow.
For those of you who don't know, Saves vs. Death is a Twitch and YouTube channel that currently has an ongoing 4-5 year long running Cyberpunk RED actual play called Shades of Scarlet, where you can find all three of us playing incredibly awesome characters
It's true.
every Saturday on Twitch at 9 p.m. Videos on Fridays, if it aired. So you should go in and check them out. Please stick around to the end of the show. I do have some new and exciting news to share with you all that will be at the very end of the stream. During tonight's episode of Night City Sofa, we are discussing the Cyberpunk RED December 2025 DLC, 12 Days of Vehiclemas. You can find all the DLCs on the website. Each one's completely free, so pick them up. They provide lore, mechanical content, or you can always grab them by year in a bundle over on DriveThruRPG. Alright, so getting on to the DLC, 12 Days of Vehiclemas. You can see the cover on the screen. It was written and designed by James Hutt and Jay Gray. Released in December 2025, courtesy of our favorite netrunner, Santa. All the good little Edgerunners in Night City were gifted 4 new land vehicles, 4 air vehicles, 4 new sea vehicles, 6 vehicle upgrades, and 2 vehicle rooms. So lots of good stuff in this DLC. Normally I talk about lore first. There's not so much lore as there is a wonderful song! I'm so excited! Santa, aka...
I know, I knew you'd be excited.
Santa, aka Jay, listened, and I was a good little edge runner this year, and I got my song back, and I am so fucking happy. So it's O Burning Burg of Night City, which I believe is to the tune of O Little Town of Bethlehem, which was not my first guess, and then when I compared them, I was like, oh, it's O Little Town of Bethlehem. For sure.
Yeah, because you and I talked about that a couple of times, and I was like, I don't know, maybe it's Silent Night, and you're like, it's not Silent
It's not Silent Night. That much I knew. So go and sing along. It's a really great song. It's really, really fun. And of course, it is by the In-Universe band, I think. Short Circuit Flick Runners. I assume it's a band. I assume it's not one person. I did not check the Rocker Boy Index to find out more about them for this show, but you can do that by looking at the free DLC Rocker Boy Index, and they definitely have an entry. So, thank you, Jay, for writing a song. I'm so happy to have a song at the beginning of the DLC again. And with that, I think we'll get into the vehicles. As always, if you guys have any questions, please post them in chat, or let us know your thoughts on the vehicles as we discuss them. And I'm going to hand it off. We're going to start with the land vehicles, and I'm going to hand it off to Giffy to kick us off.
Awesome. Alright. So I am going to talk about the AmeriCar Armadillo, the first car in the book, or the DLC. Basically, it's just a strong-ass RV. Like, it's, has, It's a compact ground car, has an armored chassis, bulletproof glass, heavy chassis, housing upgrade, reinforced tires, and a seating upgrade. I mean, it's a beast. Just read the. I'll just read this thing real quick. The Armadillo is the safest, strongest RV ever produced, and America knows it. That's why the automotive neocorp didn't change a thing when it resurrected the popular Caravan and offered it for sale to a new generation of travelers. It remains the vehicle of choice for both nomads living on the road and corporate campers seeking to shed stress and touch dirt. I gotta be honest, if I lived in the time of the Red, this is the car I would get. This is the car I would live in. I don't think I'd ever come out.
You'd be very safe.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. Despite the many movies that have come out against it, my dream in life is to own like a huge, amazing RV and to retire, just drive across the country forever. So, that's why it's my car in this here too.
Nice.
It's a noble dream.
Yeah. This is a great way to live life.
Right?
Yeah.
I believe I'm up next. I am.
I believe so.
So I'm going to be talking about the TetraCorp America Lux 15. It is the modern limousine. They took the old stretch limo and brought it into the future in the best ways possible. It's got faux leather throughout. It's got a Drinkmaster 3000. It really should be upgraded to the 5000, but apparently that's not canon. It has bulletproof windows.
The Drinkmaster 5000 is canon.
Then how come this doesn't have it?
It's because you need to pay for the extra upgrade. I don't know. Talk to James.
For the low price of 45,000 EB, you can get a vehicle that has 8 seats. It's got an SP of 13, a standard destruction value of 50, and can go up to 100 miles an hour. It also has what's it called? Where it's sealed environment. That's the exact word I was looking for. So if you get gas canister, the gas can't get into the cab of the vehicle, which is awesome. It also, I love that it has the security upgrade to have all of the surveillance features of the security upgrade, but it says very specifically that it lacks the cloaking feature. You cannot cloak in your giant stretch limousine. But yeah, this is just a nice way for a rocker boy to spend an evening.
Next is I'm going to talk about the new American Motors Ambunaught M2. And I love this vehicle. Someone in the Sage Resets Discord mentioned how the front of it kind of looks like an alien face, like from the Alien movies. And that's all I see now, which is wonderful. But from the DLC, it does say that these decade-old medical juggernauts, held together by duct tape and creative medical repair tricks, form the backbone of emergency services provider REO Meatwagon's fleet, which I absolutely love. So if your crew doesn't have trauma team insurance and they use REO Meatwagon services, you now have a vehicle you can use to arrive on the scene. Or maybe during gigs where shit goes sideways, you can toss in an Ambunaught that's chasing injuries to make money, because they do that. They try to beat trauma teams to any location to try to steal clients. So to make a living world feel more lived in, have one of these racing down on the streets. Maybe drop off a couple pieces of metal as it flies by. One of the benefits is that the vehicle can swap between tires or AV mode to get over any terrain that is necessary. I also think they're a great option for a medtech on the team as either a personal vehicle, or if your campaign centers around a crew that works for a medical facility, this is a fantastic vehicle to have in the garage. Even if it's constantly breaking down.
That's part of its charm.
It is. It's exactly part of its charm. And I know that the core rulebook and a few other DLCs, Phoenix Redwind, who's open from the Ashes Clinic in the old combat zone is in a, it's a lore, Edrunner friendly location that you could use. Maybe they're looking for a new vehicle, maybe they have an Ambunaught, maybe they're going to ask you to acquire an Ambunaught for them. So I really liked this vehicle, not just because of what it contains, because it contains a bunch of stuff, especially, obviously, if you're, a medtech. There's the whole medical bay, that includes cryo pumps, med scanner, med bag, a bunch of other shit, plus, a good chassis and all this other stuff. It's a really solid vehicle as, like, a crew working vehicle, and I feel like you could do more with this, not just to make your world feel alive, but to also center gigs around, so.
You know what I was thinking?
Oh, look at the Ambunaught M2.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
That was it. That was my ending.
It's funny, both me and Giffy's land vehicles we have are Nomad rank 6. Yours is technically harder, it's rank 7.
Yeah.
It's easier to get a limousine than an ambulance.
Well, okay. An old school ambulance that's not in great condition.
Right.
But I think it's because of all the upgrades, right? Like, there's the armored chassis, bulletproof glass, heavy chassis, hover upgrade, reinforced tires, sealed environment, plus your medical bay that comes with a whole bunch of other stuff. The cryo pumps,
right, which
the
makes
medtech
a
bag,
big
the med
difference.
scanner, the tech scanner, all that other stuff. So,
Yeah.
yeah. That would be my guess as to why.
It's
But
more
then
utility
There's
than
no
a drink
reason
maker.
that one of these broken down Ambunaughts couldn't be somewhere in the
Oh, yeah,
landscape
for sure.
for your crew to acquire before your Nomad hits rank 7.
They're around.
They're around. And I mean, if, like, as a GM, if your Nomad is like a rank 4, or they're like a Nomad, med tech, or like this is something that the crew really wants, just drop a couple of the upgrades that comes with this on it to, like, the appropriate level, so that's something that they can add
Tell
as they
them
rank
that
up.
the vectored thrust is broken in it.
Yeah. And when they rank up, they can add that upgrade to it.
Right.
Like, there's nothing stopping you, so tailor it as you need. With any of these vehicles, I would say. That's a lie, not the stretch limo, because that's a fancy ass vehicle. This one is, again,
Yeah,
decades
you
old.
don't really find cheap stretch limos.
No, this one's decades old. So yeah, no, I like the versatility of the Ambunaught.
I promise not to interrupt you again.
No, please do. Always do. Always do
I
for
probably
conversation. And with that, I think we're gonna head on over to air vehicles. And
Which, before we start, can I just say I love the additions that they added in air vehicles. Like, all of them have really good additions, but like I like the expansion of air vehicles probably the best.
okay.
Yeah, they're super cool.
Yeah, the one
Yeah.
Giffy's talking about is amazing.
Yeah, they're all amazing. I like the one that you're talking about. That one's gonna be. I'm gonna interrupt you on that one. But I'm gonna start with, like, the tiny little Dayton M405 AdZep. So this is, again, on a similar note of vehicles that can be used to make your world feel more alive. The AdZep is essentially a flying billboard with high resolution video screens. So, apart from getting one, like, for your crew, I guess, I don't know, I couldn't really see a crew trying to get this, even at Nomad rank 5, being like, I want an AdZep. But it's a great way to have in your world to advertise what's going on, or advertise various products from various companies, or, just your regular commercials that might be occurring. The news would be possibly something that's, playing on these AdZeps. So, apart from just having it as, like, advertisements, especially if, your crew wants to join, if your GM is like, hey, I'm going to make a whole program for Mr. Maze, and I gave it to one player who has completely forgotten that this thing exists, even though the rest of the party really wanted to do it, I'm going to throw it on an AdZep so all of them see it. really
Right.
great way to remind your players that there's ways to get goods.
Look at this thing. Look at this thing.
Look, buy, go here.
Obey.
But also, like, as a GM, if the crew was involved in something really big or really bad and now have a bounty, or if some individual member has an enemy with a strong enough, reason and means and wants to take them out, why not put a bounty poster as an ad? Anybody could pay for that, and then it's around the city, and then it makes it difficult possibly for them to move around the city without being seen. And so you've added a new complication without actually adding any sort of combat to your thing. On the player side, rocker boys, media, fixer, exec, techs, any role really, mostly those, could use ads to further their agendas or promote their work, their goods, their skills. So I think the AdZep is a really great vehicle, not for the vehicle itself, but for the ad proponent to add life and mechanics into your world. I'm so scared with what Games is going to say, because I'm gonna bring this up and he's gonna be like, Wraith needs to buy an ad. Wraith needs to buy an ad to talk about all these things, not just like, hey, I've got a new album coming out, which by the way would be an excellent poster, and I don't know why he doesn't just have posters across the city that are like his face with, I've got a new album coming out, because that should be a thing. But now I have
This is
given
also
him
why
the
he would
idea
buy an
of
ad
buying
set
ads.
It would save him money on ad space to just buy the AdZep.
Might.
But no, my pitch here,
I don't know. It's 26,000. Wraith does not have that kind of money.
That's not bad.
It's not.
I
That's
had
what I
that
would.
kind of money not that long ago.
She could use. You know what? You need to convince Wraith's manager to buy it for Black Media Productions, so she could advertise all her bands.
Right, and then we would just hijack it all the time.
Yeah.
But no, okay, here's a story idea, though, that lets your players use it as a vehicle. They're doing a mission on the top of a building, and, like, they can't escape through the bottom, so they can escape into one of these AdZeps that's floating around the city on an endless loop, and so then they have to, like, figure out how to get out of it. That would be great.
I mean, there's only 2 seats. It has 0 SP and a 15 move. I would not recommend it as your getaway vehicle, but you could.
No one would expect it.
Try. No one would expect it. I was gonna say, I thought you were gonna say use it as a way to get into, like, onto the roof of a building, because no one would expect you to be hiding in an AdZep.
Yeah, get one that has your wanted poster on it and use it to infiltrate a building.
Yeah, perfect.
NCPD. Like, park on NCPD's road.
Stand in front of the ad, people are like, man, it looks so 3D.
But yeah, that was my pitch.
So yeah, that's a great pitch. But yeah, that's why I chose the AdZep, because I think there is so much more you can do with it in the world than yeah, there's a lot of options. There's options, and I like that. So I'm gonna pass it on to Giffy.
All right, I am going to be talking about the BMW Aerojeep. I gotta say, I absolutely love this Jeep. It's so full disclaimer first. I'm not a historian. I haven't done a whole lot of research on World War II, but I do know from the description that these Jeeps are based off of World War II Jeeps, which is a really cool concept to me, because World War II Jeeps were meant to be light. So, like, if they were driving, got stuck in the mud, or there was a river they had to cross, the soldiers could hop out of the Jeep, pick it up, and carry it. They were also used in missions, like, the wheels would be taken off and they'd be, like, dropped out of planes on parachutes. So the fact that they took this Jeep that was used back 60 years ago, 70, 80? I don't know, I'm old. I can't remember these things. But the fact that they took this Jeep that was used way back when for aerial combat and now made it aircraft itself, I think that is beautiful. So definitely love this Aerojeep. Super awesome.
And it has one of the best pictures in the book.
Yeah.
The guy who has, like, the one window down so that you can fire the machine gun out the front of it. Imagine dogfighting him.
So it's just it's a beautiful vehicle all the way around.
I opened the wrong tab because I was going to check. Those aren't that expensive either, are they?
44,000.
They're a little pricey.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's more than Quinn has had in his entire life, so I don't see him ever being able to afford this vehicle, but I mean, and he can't fly aircraft, so he would probably crash it, but he'd have a hell of a good time doing it.
Well, and the fact that the airspeed on it is twice as fast as the land speed, like, its airspeed is up to 200 miles an hour in, like, non-combat situations, which is crazy fast.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, and the fact that it can be used on land or air. I mean, get tired of flying? Let's drive for a while. I mean, it's everything. It's a beautiful vehicle. I don't know how else I can say it. It's just beautiful.
I suppose that makes it my turn now?
Yep.
I'm going to be talking about the Dayton Sky Queen. This is a giant blimp and amazing. It's listed as like the premier way to travel from city to city in the dark future, which is amazing because it only travels at 100 miles an hour. Imagine trying to go from like New York to Los Angeles, which is a little over 3,000 miles at 100 miles an hour. But worry not. The Sky vehicle has 50 rooms in it, and 26 of them are luxury rooms, and 14 are complex rooms, which Jess will discuss rooms at the end of this. But the standard loadout for this thing is that you have 50 standard passenger rooms, 25 luxury passenger rooms, a captain's quarters, 3 bars, 2 restaurants, a conference center, a nightclub, a gym, a recreation deck, a pool deck, a bridge, a cargo bay, and 3 bunk rooms for crew. That's insane. This is like going on a cruise, but a sky cruise.
It's a sky cruise ship, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and they've got like, because they have like 2 hangars in them. They've got mounted heavy weapons. They have 2 rail guns mounted on them. Like, it is crazy. I would love to do a story, because me and Zell were talking about this. You do a heist story where the characters have to steal something, and they're on this like super long blimp ride, so what are you gonna do? Like, real hard to escape. But this is a really cool setting for an adventure on this blimp. So, and it costs just under 5 million EB. It's 4,961,000 EB, which is, I'm glad it's not 5 million, I guess. We were trying to figure out the ticket prices, assuming that they want to pay it off within 10 years, and there's like, 216 seats? Those are like 100,000 EB seats.
Yeah. You know, I could actually see, I could see your character buying this as his retirement plan. Like, that's what he does.
Oh, I would love to have one of these. It does say that these can be used as headquarters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
in
awesome.
the DLC. So, I mean, if Blank wants to let us have one for our headquarters.
Oh, there's no way he'd ever allow it.
Yeah, just don't tell him that it's 5 million EB. Like, yeah, can we have this Sky Queen? It's just a dirigible, so not a big deal.
So there's one of 2 ways where this would actually happen. Either Blank lost the ability to read over this way, or he suffered like some sort of major head trauma.
Yep.
And I think he had given it to us, yeah.
Nope.
And that, no.
Short of that, probably not. But yeah, that is my Sky vehicle.
I was going to say, when I first read the DLC and I first read about the Sky Queen, I had a very similar thought of like having a campaign take place on this Sky Queen would be absolutely amazing. Because you have so many amenities. You could you could change out the complex rooms to have whatever you need. If you don't need 3 bars, you could have 1 bar and a bowling alley, which I'll talk about. But you could have different rooms in there to facilitate whatever story you need to have as you're on a trip from one location to another. You could have a heist, you could have an assassination, it could be, you all, instead of you all meet at a tavern, you all meet on the Sky Queen doing different things. How did you get on there? Did you pay to be a passenger? Are you a crewmate working? Did you get a free ride as long as you worked on the blimp from one destination to another? Did you smuggle yourself in? And then where do you live then? How do you get by? There is so much you could do with the story with just this vehicle alone.
Oh, for sure. Also, it looks ridiculous, the drawing of it in there.
Ridiculously awesome.
It looks...
I don't know, the drawing to me looks something like out of Final Fantasy.
I might add that it has NOS.
Yeah.
It's a blimp
obviously.
with NOS.
Yeah. In case you need to go a little faster. When the pilot's like, we lost some time on takeoff, but we're gonna make up that time down the road. That's what the NOS
Just burn all the NOS.
Yeah. Give those 15 minutes back, no problem. I would love to know why they didn't just make it 5 million. Like, what was the 4.9?
Were they like, no, 5 million's pushing it?
Let us know your thoughts.
Right. And then I think I'm kicking off the sea vehicles, aren't I?
You are.
Nice. I have the Hydro Subsidium Bimac, which is a tandem seat jet ski, basically, but they're jet skis that have been outfitted for war. They're designed for covert missions. They have enhanced interface plugs on them, integrated NOS systems, and they're designed to stealth in places, which is why so you can go to somewhere and then get off of the Ski-Doo and then put it into stealth to where it hopefully won't get discovered while you're underwater dealing with all the things you're dealing with underwater, which is awesome. My problem with this vehicle is it is one of the slowest in the entire book, and the damage it would take to destroy it's only 35. These are very breakable in comparison to everything else. They have an onboard machine gun. Hopefully you don't have to use it, though, because this vehicle is not going to hold up well. But their Nomad access level is only 4, so these are very obtainable in comparison to most of the things in this book. Because a lot of the other things are not so obtainable. So,
and you can fix that SP with some armor upgrades.
Yeah. You would have to.
If you want to. I mean, if it's built for stealth and you're a very stealthy person.
Right. No reason to have armor if you're not going to get shot at.
Exactly.
I did mean to mention with the Sky Queen, it's the only one with an NA for the Nomad accessibility.
Yeah. It costs plot points. That's what it costs. It costs plot.
But yeah, that was what I had to talk about the Bimac.
That's a third way Blank would give us a Sky Queen. We all survive the massive conspiracy, the campaign ends, but we get a Sky Queen. We'll never be allowed to use it, but we have one at the very end of the campaign.
And we ride off in our Sky Queen into the sunset. Never to be heard from again. But yeah, that's me. I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to, I don't know, I have my notes.
Oh,
Jess!
I am talking about the Highland Defense, Ullapool? Sure. Raider. This is a really cool speedboat. I love the artwork for this. I cropped most of it out for the image that's on the screen, but it's got a full seen as the drawing, and I think it's like possibly the coolest artwork in the DLC, in my opinion. But this speedboat seats 5 and has onboard weapons. I chose this not because of it being a really cool water vehicle, but because I believe it's the first time we've ever been introduced to Highland Defense Company. So, or at the very least, I'm pretty sure this is the first time we've seen its logo. And I did pull up the logo here. So here you go, Highland Defense. Now, it says HD above what I think looks like a deer with a red nose. And I feel like it could be easily mistaken for HO, as in Ho, as in Santa, as in our beloved Netrunner. So my conspiracy theory is that Santa the Netrunner actually works for Highland Defense Company. Or owns Highland Defense Company, or both. So maybe Highland Defense Company is Santa's workshop?
Question mark?
Question mark? I don't know. The only person who could prove me wrong would be Jay. So if I'm wrong, I don't know. We'll never know. I'll never tell. Santa's secret.
Go ahead and let us know.
But it's a really cool speedboat, but also it may be in connection with Santa. That's it. That's all I got for this. I'm gonna pass it off to Giffy.
All right, so I am talking. Okay, I apologize. I don't know the pronunciation of this vehicle, so if I offend anybody's nationality or ears, I apologize in advance. But I believe it's the Thelas patrol boat. So it's described as an updated of a pibber. For those who don't know what a pibber is, like I had no idea what that was either. It's the U.S. Navy has a designation of PBR or pibber. It's a river patrol boat. So of course I went again with the military vehicle. Like I told Jess before we started, I wanted to get vehicles that kind of reminded me of Quinn. She said I didn't have to, but I was like, I have to find some way to figure these out. So that was as good a criteria as any. So it's a really cool little boat though. It's not ostentatious. It's there to protect people. It's heavily armored. It's goes out and it can defend from mines and reinforced hull. I mean, machine guns. I mean, if Quinn were a boat, this is the boat he'd be. So I just love it.
All right.
That is so true.
And on a note of things that look like faces, the front of it, the turret that's there, looks like a face to me.
It does.
I think we've stumbled on a conspiracy here, or you guys have.
Faces.
I'm gonna go with my Santa workshop theory. That's one conspiracy per DLC.
Alright, that makes sense.
Alright, so I think now we're going on to upgrades.
Before we go,
Yep.
I would just like to say I really enjoy the fact that they kind of fleshed out a little more of the sea vehicles, since Night City is along the coast. It opened up, and especially with boats like this one, it gives more opportunity to have raids on like corporate ships that are still coming in, or because it is by the Thelas nomination, which we actually got a logo for in this DLC. You have a little more meat that you can pull off if you want to have contact with that nomad group, which I think is really, really cool. So I was glad that we got a little bit for each type of vehicle.
Yeah. Other than spacecrafts for near orbit, we've gotten things that really give a good usefulness to each of the types of vehicles. Because I mean, I feel like in 2020 they played more of a role than they do now, and it's good to see that coming back. I know in Time of the Red, things are scarce, but it's nice to see dirigibles. It's nice to see submarines and, attack boats and stuff. So,
yeah, just because they're scarce doesn't mean that they're gone, and I think it's I don't know. I see a lot. There's a lot of talk about that I've seen about, you know, like AVs and cars, and very much on the underdog is water vehicles. So
For sure.
it's nice to kind of have these ones and be like, you could do some cool shit, guys, with on the water. Go have fun.
You're right there.
You're right there. Rourke said, wait, one conspiracy per DLC special NCS episode coming with the backlog? No. Just a limit moving forward. Self-imposed limit.
We should do a
moving forward.
conspiracy episode
Oh,
with
God.
like one of the murder boards and string and you see
That'd be awesome.
Santa
Works for, whereas is the owner of. This is my proof.
and that definitively says that mixing drinks and making friends is real.
No. I will never allow that as on the show.
I
Sorry,
had to try to slip it in there.
sorry, Giffy. I'll let you continue with your upgrades.
All right. I mean, this is the exciting part for me. I think these new upgrades are ridiculously cool. So I'm going to talk about the submersible upgrade, which at first I was really excited. I mean, submersible is pretty self-explanatory. It turns any land or sea vehicle into a submarine. Like, it can go underwater. And I was super excited because I had this like brilliant idea that you could put it on the Aerojeep, and then you would have an air, land, and sea vehicle. But apparently you can't.
Right, yeah.
Apparently, because, you know, the whole, like, open design of the Jeep, you know.
Kind of gets in the
Too
way.
much work to put a glass dome on top of it. So instead, I switched it over to the RV I talked about at first. That would be awesome to be submersible. I didn't see any rules that say it can't, so this is definitely on my wish list. I mean, having an RV that not only could I drive across this country and, you know, Canada and Mexico, you could like drive to Europe and you could drive like anywhere. It would just be beautiful.
As long as you don't drive through the Marianas Trench, I think you'd be okay.
Yeah.
I was just thinking how terrifying it would be because they have that underwater channel, right? That connects England
Yeah.
to mainland. How creepy it would be to be driving down that turn to your right and just see this RV in the water next to you.
That would be awesome. This is literally my dream. Like, if I could have anything from any fantasy, sci-fi, anything, this vehicle would be it. That's just the coolest.
That would be.
Fair enough.
Okay, so I think, like I said, it's submersible, pretty self-explanatory. So I'll go ahead and let Games get in on the fun.
I'm getting off real easy here. So I went with reinforced hull and tires. The reason I did is because basically all it does is it shores up that weakness, and you can no longer call aimed shots at the tires of a vehicle, which is a great idea because then it stops Moxie from destroying your shit.
I still need to go back and
that,
check that episode. I'm pretty sure I took down a combat vehicle in 15 seconds, and that's pretty fucking badass.
I think you did, actually.
Yeah.
I feel like that deserves a Mr. Amaze box.
Right? That's gotta be an achievement.
Dear Mr. Amaze, new achievements win. But yeah, I went real easy on this one. But I also think it's super practical. Like, especially if you drive a motorcycle or a dirt bike or something, getting reinforced tires, brilliant idea.
I concur. I really do, especially now that I've used the aimed shot on. Okay, so wait, for those of you who might not know, when you take an aimed attack against a vehicle, if you succeed in hitting it, you do double damage. It's like doing a headshot to another, like, an NPC or human character, humanoid character, I guess. So And because vehicles, unless they actually have like a chassis, don't have armor that you have to penetrate, you can just chew through that. And if you're using a melee weapon, even if it has armor, it ignores half, which is how I took out a combat armored truck with a my chain knife in 15 seconds. It's because I ignored half its armor and then did double damage by attacking its weak points. This prevents me from doing that. Now, on the plus side, because I did it first, Blake kind of forgot that I existed, but now he knows because I did it to him. He's going to, use it against the players. But now we have a way to prevent that. So I'm very happy this DLC came out after the fact.
Right. It all went to plan.
Yep. So it's an important upgrade. And you can get it rank 1 also. By the way, it's a Nomad rank 1 upgrade.
Yeah.
Which means techs can actually apply this as the only vehicle upgrade on a vehicle.
Yep.
So if you have a tech, or a tech, you can pay 1,000 eddies, plus whatever they're charging you, I'm sure, to get this upgraded on your vehicle. You do not need to be a Nomad. Or no Nomad.
Which is super nice.
Super nice. Sorry, buddy. I kind of took that over. I was really excited about that upgrade.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say I've said everything I need to say, so I was passing it over to you. So the fact that you were already talking worked out beautifully.
Cool. It was all part of the plan.
Yeah. Smooth transition. We didn't even acknowledge it was transition.
I can edit and post. So I'm going to talk about not necessarily new upgrade, but one of the new housing options, which is the complex vehicle room. And this is a housing upgrade available in Nomad Motor Rank 7 or higher. And these rooms are really cool. They're like triple the cost of a base or luxury room when purchased during vehicle construction. And there are a lot of mechanical details that, these are large rooms that function as additional spaces for a variety of purposes. So when we talked about the Sky Queen, those restaurants, the nightclub, those are types of complex rooms. So they're ones that serve a purpose more than just a sleeping space. Other options that are listed in like this specific section are bowling alleys, nightclubs. I think there's laser tag as well, prisons. And I think it would be really cool because you can put these on like, they're available. I don't think it limits it, does it?
It doesn't.
It just adds
I would assume
rooms.
it's GM's discretion.
Definitely it has to. It has to have the space to have one of these rooms. But I thought, how cool would it be to have like a yacht or a custom air vehicle that's either like a dedicated prison or a dedicated laser tag field, but especially if it's a prison and you have to do a breakout or a prison heist or like a jailbreak that's either in the air or on the water. I thought that would
bring it up another level.
So cool.
Yeah.
As a mission. Like, sure, you could go break someone out of prison, or you could break someone out of prison on a yacht or a dirigible.
Which is always better.
And if it's on a yacht, go ahead and get yourself that Bimac jet ski to stealth towards the yacht.
Yeah.
See? All coming together. But they're really great, like larger rooms that I think add so much more to gameplay when you're building like encounters and stuff. Awesome. That's it for my room.
Yep.
So what are our, and chat, please let us know as well, what are our final thoughts on this DLC?
I am grateful. I feel like it added a lot of stuff that's cool to the world, and it breathed more life into the sea and the air than just, AVs and standard boats or whatever's in the book. Happy to have this DLC. It is a very good DLC. It's not the 12 days I would have liked, but it's the 12 days I needed.
What would you have liked to see?
I don't know. I like more ridiculous things on my 12 days.
More cutie miss.
Yeah, things that are more in that line.
More cutie, less practical.
Yeah.
12 days
that's...
of booze.
12 days of Hammered Industries.
Oh my god, yes! I was gonna say 12 days of Faisal, but I'll take Hammered Industries.
Ah, that's a good point. It is a good stepping stone towards the 2077s. Moving out of red into 77s.
Yeah, some of those early... That's a good point. Yeah, some early vehicles are what will be the template to what will become something else.
Yeah.
In the future. I really enjoyed it. I always get, you know, like there's that initial when I read through first, it's always as a player, going like, ooh, what can I get as a player? What's fun? What you know, and then, you know, I take second read through it as like from a lore and or GM perspective, and I realize there's so much more that the DLC adds. So I highly encourage you to, even as a player, like I said, the AdZep, when I read it the first time, I was like, whatever. And then when I read it again, I was like, oh no, wait, hang on. You can buy ad time. You can buy ad time. This could be real great player or GM. So think outside the box. There's tons of cool opportunities for all these vehicles.
For sure.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like there's... I mean, I love this DLC. I think it's super cool, but I feel like there's a lot of stuff in here that... I feel like this is a GM's nightmare, this DLC. There's things in here that they're like, no way that's ever coming in my game. Like, ever. At least Blake. I can see him like... Yeah, no.
I was gonna say, it depends on your GM.
Yeah.
These are good for filling out the world, not letting your players touch.
Again, depends
Right.
on your GM. Blake, for the most part, probably not. If Games is your GM, chances are yes. The answer is yes,
I'll
because
give you a
Chaos will
dirigible.
ensue. He would let you have a Sky Queen. No question.
Yeah.
Yeah, a rich guy lost a bet. You get a Sky Queen.
Go gamble. Go in this underground casino and gamble for one. Do it.
Hi, welcome in.
Yeah, I think we just found our next one shot.
Yeah. Actually, gambling
The
for
legend
vehicles
of the
sounds
Sky Queen.
fantastic. Why haven't we tried this?
Right? Oh, because we don't have anything that's worth the vehicle to gamble.
We
That's
True.
why.
Well, that depends on who you ask. Moxie has like 4 vehicles.
We could
that's
race
true.
for pink slips.
She might actually, and then she'll go gamble trying to get Sky Queen.
I
New
think we
headquarters,
could
here
beat
we
a Sky
come.
Queen in a race.
She would never race for a Sky Queen. She hates flying. She's terrified of flying. So
Yeah, but if Sky Queen's big enough, you wouldn't know that you were flying.
oh, she would know. She would know.
You could spend all your time in the bar car.
She'll drive. She'd be like, "I'll see you there."
Right. Yeah, actually, come to think of it, because your character is seasick and hates flying,
Yeah.
like, this DLC is not great for your character.
The land vehicles are fantastic. The upgrades are stellar. But yeah, no. She could only use 1/3 of this DLC, or half of it. I guess.
No,
if
because you
count the
could still use the Aerojeep just in land mode.
upgrades. That is true. She doesn't know how to swim, so she doesn't like going on the water because she goes overboard. She's fucked.
Right.
Yeah. And she's never been on a boat before, so I'm sure she could get over the seasickness, and if she ever learned how to swim, maybe. But, she has, oh god, that's a scary face. That game's thinking face is a scary face.
So, no, I was just thinking that it would have been cool to see some more, like, scuba suits, like... So there was this cartoon in the very late 80s, early 90s, where these guys wore these bionic robo suits that had these hard points on them, and they could attach to things. Like one guy could attach to these pieces that make him fly like a jet, and one could like turn into a submarine because the pieces that would attach to him. I couldn't tell you what the name of it was, but I own several of the toys, and I've seen the show. Anyway, it would have been cool to get something like this in this, you know, like a personal helicopter suit,
like a go-go gadget hat, like go-go propellers, like.
No, it would be like a backpack that you wear, kind of harness system.
Okay.
And like maybe a scuba, like a diver suit.
A diver suit would have been cool.
The cartoon existed, I promise.
I believe you. It feels a little too fantastical for Red, but I believe you. I believe it existed. And
I have one more thing I just gotta say. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
So, before we did this, when Jess first told me about it, there were two vehicles I was really hoping they would talk about. Of course, I was really hoping that Games would talk about the Sky Queen, because that's Wraith all over. But I was disappointed. I was really hoping Jess would talk about the Zonda R400. I mean, special mention. I gotta throw this. It's a dirt bike that has a machine gun and can be fitted with an AV engine to allow it to fly. I mean, it's sad that we didn't bring it up, but I had to give a special mention because that's just awesome.
Best part about that bike is it's only 850 up.
Yeah, you can afford one.
Quinn can get one.
Yeah.
It is one of, I think, the best starting vehicles if you don't want an actual bicycle. Best starting land vehicles you can get.
Yeah.
It's cool.
No. I'd seen a lot of chatter around it, and so my choice was between the Ambunaught and the bike, and I knew a lot of people were really excited about the bike because of its price point, and so I opted for the Ambunaught.
Fair enough.
And I think you made the right choice, but I still had to give it a shout out.
I'm glad you did.
It is.
I'm really glad you did. So that will conclude this episode of Night City Sofa. Thank you all so much for joining us today. Please be sure to leave us a comment about your thoughts on the DLC and which vehicle or upgrade you were the most excited to read about when you took a look. Write down Zonda was it R400?
Yeah.
Yeah. Comment Zonda R400 down below so we know. Giffy, thank you so much for being here to discuss the DLC. If you want to just do a small plug about Saves for Death, that would be great.
So Saves for Death, we brought it up before. It's our actual play of Cyberpunk RED. I get to play the wonderfully obtuse character of Quinn, who tries to keep up with everybody else, but just all he's good at is punching people and shooting people, but he tries his best. It's a really good show. If you haven't had a chance, please, we're coming back tomorrow night, 7 Mountain. 8 Mountain. Yeah, sorry. So please, if you haven't seen it, come join us. It's a lot of fun.
Games is gonna put the Twitch link in chat in a moment. If you want to connect with Edgerunners HQ outside of Twitch, you can find me on Blue Sky, where I make random posts and details on upcoming shows and releases. I also do some Cyberpunk RED trivia. Patreon is where you'll find most of the blog ramblings, which will release, a new one will release tomorrow, as well as all my Cyberpunk RED homebrew content. So if you're ever curious about what homebrew content I add to games or write in general, you can find that over on patreon.com. And there's also a few Moxie extras, not a lot, but there's some extra stuff about my character. Twitch, of course, is for live streams. YouTube has all extra show content. Just search Edgerunners HQ, no apostrophe, no spaces, and you'll find it. As for the exciting news I mentioned before, earlier today, Raw Barefoot, the marketing and media manager for our Talsorian Games, released a blog post on the RTG website with some updates. One of which is the new creator affiliate program. And I am pleased to share that Edgerunners HQ is part of this program as of earlier today. So if you purchase anything from the RTG web store, physical or digital, there we go, words, you can input the code EHQ, as in Edgerunners HQ, just EHQ. You'll receive a 10% discount on your order, and a small percentage of the sale goes to me. So that helps, you know, allowing me to be a creator full time. So if you're ever on the store buying something from them directly, please be sure to use the code and get yourself a little discount. That was my exciting news. And
that is exciting.
Yeah, I'm thrilled. It feels like I'm you know, it's like an extra step. It's like a feeling of professional. It's like I've got a code you can apply. So yeah, so if you want to do that, help with the HQ, I'd appreciate it. Otherwise, City Sofa will return next week. Pay attention to Blue Sky and or the Twitch schedule to find out what we'll be talking about. And until next time, meow for now.